For the first time since 2008, all number one seeds captured the America East Fall Championships in 2013, and two institutions split the 6 titles. New Hampshire won in women's cross country, volleyball, and field hockey, while UMBC took home the men's and women's soccer titles along with the men's cross country championship. The UMBC men's soccer team captured its 3rd America East title in 4 years with a 4-0 win over Hartford at Retriever Soccer Park. The Retrievers then went on to become the first America East team since the NCAA bracket expanded to 48 teams in 2001 to earn a first-round bye and host an NCAA second-round game. UMBC went on to lose to UConn in penalty kicks. UMBC finished the year 16-1-3 overall and ranked as high as 5th in the nation. The UNH field hockey team won its 2nd America East title in 3 years with a 3-2 win over Albany in Durham, New Hampshire. The Wildcats were one of the top 5 automatic qualifying teams in the NCAA tournament. They went on to play Duke in the first round, where they lost down in Durham, North Carolina. The Wildcats finished 15-7 and had Meg Bozek named an All-American for the 2nd straight year. The Retriever women's soccer team won its first title in program history, defeating Stony Brook 2-1 at Retriever Soccer Park. UMBC completed the best turnaround in America East history after finishing in last place in 2012 to go on to become America East champions in 2013. The Retrievers went on to lose to Virginia Tech in the first round of the NCAA tournament. The Retrievers finished 13-6-2 overall, the team's best record in program history. After winning its first America East regular season title in 10 years, the UNH Wildcat volleyball team won its first tournament title since 2003 with a 5-set win over UMBC. The Wildcats went on to face USC in LA in the first round of the NCAA tournament, where the team lost in 3 sets. UNH went 20-13, including 12-2 in conference play, the team's 3rd best record in program history. We had the opportunity to speak with a member from each of the America East Championship teams in a Google Hangout. From UNH, Megan Bozek and Morgan Thatcher, and from UMBC, Pete Caringi III and Jessy Brown. Here's a look at some of what they had to say about their NCAA experiences. Morgan, we'll start with you guys and volleyball, and I know it was a little bit different situation, but please take us through, after winning the championship, what it was like to have to wait a week before finding out where you had to go for the NCAA tournament.
It was pretty crazy. We had to go into practice not knowing what we were going to do. There wasn't really like too big of a practice plan because they're so used to building practice on our opponents and what we're going to do against them, so that was just weird. So we had to build our practices just based on stuff that we saw that we needed to work on. And we got to play a lot in practice, which was fun. But it was just weird not knowing where you're going to go or when your next game is going to be.
Now, Megan, you guys had a little bit different situation. You were waiting to see possibly have to play in the play-in game. Not sure about that. So what was that feeling like when you finally found out that you were going to Duke?
It was exciting because I think we had a good chance to compete in that game. I knew a lot of the players. I played them over the summer at the USA events and Junior World Cup tryouts, and I knew them pretty much in and out as a goalkeeper. So it was exciting to play someone not familiar, but that we had an understanding of, and we knew their game plan, and being able to go straight into practice knowing who we were playing, I think, was definitely an advantage.
Obviously, men's and women's soccer, you guys kind of already have that built-in bond playing the same sport, but what was it like to have that support from each other at the championship? I know we saw the men's soccer team at the women's soccer championship game, and Jessy, if you could just talk about that and what it was like to have them.
I mean, the men's team's always like our #1 supporter at all our games. They're always on the sideline yelling at the other team and just like encouraging us. And having them at the final and hearing them, it really helped with us and like getting us pumped up for the game. So having them there always helps us.
Pete, you guys obviously winning the conference last year, went to the NCAA tournament, won a game last year. It's a whole different standpoint where the target was on your back all season. How do you get prepared for that from game to game?
I guess kind of the experience from winning last year and getting some pieces of one in every level together, kind of from the beginning to end, it kind of stuck together. I mean, like we said, we knew what we had to do. We went out there every single day and didn't take a day for granted, and we did what we had to do.
You guys got to play USC, and it was the first time for the program you guys had been there in 10 years, been in the NCAA tournament in 10 years. What did that mean for the program, and did you get to hear from other alums and people like that were supporting you guys?
It was really awesome. We had a bunch of emails that our coaches almost brought in one every day to practice up until then, talking about, even before we knew we were playing USC, talking about how proud they were of us and how they had been following us and how awesome it was for them to see us there and how much fun we looked like we were having just playing volleyball and how thankful we looked to be there. And that was great.
The support that you guys had on campus from other teams during the championship.
Yeah, so like you said, volleyball was there supporting us, put up some cool pics on Instagram. Basketball was also there, and so was our boys soccer team. So that was awesome. And we're just in a great location campus-wise where people just are able to stop by if they're going to where the train station or to the parking lot. And we just have hundreds of fans surrounding the fences, and it's just a great atmosphere.
What did it take from a mental standpoint to just kind of know that you guys were good enough to win the league this year?
I think it started at the beginning of the season where our attitude really changed from last year, where we really just believed that we could win, and we believed in each other that we had the talent to win. I think that was the difference.
You guys got to host an NCAA game. That's a little bit different. You have to travel. What is it like to be able to host a game, and how is it different in preparing?
I mean, hosting a game, obviously, that was our goal. If anything, we were trying to get the bye. We were trying to host the game. We were trying to obviously go as far as we could. So we had those goals. I mean, hosting a game, that travel obviously was great not to travel 1,000 miles to wherever, but because obviously UConn had to play that Thursday and then they had to travel to us. So just being rested, being ready, it was. I mean, it's a very big advantage. But just to have your home crowd and have all the, Baltimore soccer natives and all the Maryland soccer fans to all come and watch the game. And it was a great atmosphere. And the game was great overall. But preparation was probably the same way it was the entire year. Just we felt like if we played our game and we prepared the same way that we could beat anyone. We lost in penalty kicks, but we still feel that way even to this day.
With the fall championships wrapped up, University of New Hampshire holds a slim 149-148 lead over UMBC in the Commissioner's Cup standings. The Commissioner's Cup annually recognizes the strongest athletic program in the America East, taking into account both regular season and championship success.